Hello guys, welcome back to the Kraig show. Hopefully you guys are having a good one out there today. So after Tuesday's bad episode where I went unplanned and didn't know what to think, I was really reacting on stuff that happened on election night and basically reacting to stuff that was out of my control. So now it's been 2 days since the election. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday to all of you. I know I can't really celebrate Thursday. I'm having a go water like usual. Excuse me. But yeah, it's a good day to be alive. As always, and got a couple of stuff to talk about. So basically, we're gonna split between politics and racing today, as usual. On Thursdays, we're gonna split between politics and politics, so it's gonna be a little bit longer episodes, and yeah, I'm excited to be here as always, and here we go. So after thinking about the Tuesday elections, and listening to my favorite radio shows, Clay Travis, Buck Sexton, Emery Saunders, Scott Voorhees, shout out to them. And one of them's listening. I listen to you guys basically every day of the week, and I'm having surgery tomorrow, and I'm going to find some way to listen to all of you tomorrow, some point during the day when I'm home healing. So, and if anyone doesn't know, I'm having surgery on my wisdom teeth tomorrow, getting removed, and hopefully I heal up pretty fast and be back here on Monday for episode number 12. Today is episode number 11 of this podcast. So 11 for me, the number is Steve Kinzer. I got his Cookie Stick right there. I got a Cookie Stick shirt that my dad and mom gave me. So yeah, it's gonna be really good. Alright, anyways, back to what I actually want to talk about real quick. To begin this episode is basically a bunch of little subjects I'm going to try to discuss about and see what happens. So first off, I want to talk about the elections on Tuesday night, and I'm going to pull up my Microsoft here on my right side, should I say, to type what I want to do. So for anyone who knows, New York, Zoran Madani won the race easily, and I mean, there's really no challenge. I think it was like 51.4% went to Madani. Then Curtis Sliwa, or I don't know if you want to call it that, but it was a bad night for Curtis, for Cuomo. I don't know, Trump endorsed Cuomo the day of the election, and I think it was a choice of the lesser of two evils, in my opinion. Either you're gonna vote Cuomo, who in COVID didn't do the greatest job at being governor, or you can go with a communist who is going to be trying to put government into everyday lives and forcing people to do stuff, and basically running a communist country, a communist city. So I'm glad we're going to be in Nebraska watching it from the outside and see what happens. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be, I don't know what you want to call it. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. I want to see how the government on groceries is going to work, the free public transportation, especially the trains, the subways, basically, how they do. When people pay for them, they want a clean subway where basically they can sit in a clean spot while going from location to location, and basically having that reliable source of traveling. And now with it being free, then it kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, like what's going to go on now, since we're gonna have this. We're gonna have like a free stuff basically, and people are wondering like how are they gonna get the money to do this? And a couple weeks ago, or not a couple weeks ago, but like 3 weeks ago, I played some clips of Ramadani talking about this, and he says he's going to basically raise taxes to $9 billion. So he's going to make it hell, literally, for New Yorkers who are living in New York, and I'm really baffled on how the New Yorkers decide to let communists run this country, and they're going to be the guinea pigs. We're going to see how it does, and as Republicans, we are against this 100%. We do not want this, and it's going to go downhill really fast. Look at other countries who are running this same communist socialism. I mean, it's basically the same thing, just different words. Look how they do things. I think Cuba is one of them, and I know Cuba for sure does it. Government running groceries, and I'm sure there's many other countries that do the same thing as what Ramadani wants to do, and their economy is bad, obviously. I mean, you look how many people moved from Cuba and other countries who have that to America. I mean, it's pretty straightforward why they're moving to the United States of America is because their government failed the people that are running this communist socialism type of economy. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. You can't give out free stuff to people without having a source of payment. Like raising taxes is not going to solve everything with free stuff. I mean, the company is going to be the biggest loser in this because they're not going to get any money. The people who are running the trains, I'm sure, and it's probably the government. But honestly, I have no idea. I don't care. Either way, I don't live in New York, but it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. And I'm kind of interested to see what happens. And it's going to be a subject to talk about for the next 4 years. People are saying that Trump is bad and his economy is bad, but he has only been in office for probably 9-10 months out of the 3 years and 2 months. There's going to be plenty of headaches, that's for sure, in every economy of any presidential, any president, basically. And, I expect the same headaches for Trump and for more presidents to come after him. But what Mondani's going to be doing is going to be completely opposite of what Trump's going to do. And I'm worried about that. I am completely worried about Mondani basically becoming a full-on socialist and making New York, and quote of Connor Wade, there goes my water. Anyways, a quote from Connor Wade, if you don't know who Connor Wade is. He is a Dirt Vision broadcaster. Mondani is going to make New York City a third world country. So I'm looking forward to see what happens in the next 4 years. I'm here to talk about it and complain about it. And let's see what happens. Mondani, hopefully you do good for New Yorkers in that city. I really do hope you do that. There's a place in my heart that is hoping for you. Who I'm hoping that you have a successful stint as mayor, and hopefully you do good instead of what your plan is. Because at the end of the day, we need people more like Donald Trump, where he actually cares about the country and wants to do good, and it's going to take time to implement the the ideas he has for this country, it's going to take time. So basically, the biggest thing was New York into the special election year, 2025, and then we got this Virginia governor race. Abigail Spanberger, Democrat, won over Winsome Earl Sears, a Republican, and basically looking at this, and here's a map. I'm looking at a map right now of Virginia, and you can see what? I'm confused. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, interesting. But anyways, you can see basically like the big cities. Where they're definitely showing out. You know, like there's some blue dots here and there, but the whole country is surrounded by red. It's really interesting, like really interesting. But anyways, Spanberger won the election pretty handily over Earl Sears, 57.2% to 42.6%, till 3,360,633 people voted in this election. And just looking at the polls or the exit polls here. So male, this is actually pretty concerning here for Virginia. 47% of males voted for Spanberger, and 51% of male voters voted for Earl Sears. This is kind of worrying, not gonna lie. The reason I'm saying that is because stereotypically you would think an average male will vote towards a Republican and not a Democrat. It's interesting, that's for sure. I think Virginia went to, let me see here. I just want to make sure I get my stuff right. Okay, Virginia is Democrat, basically, so here we go. Yeah, Virginia went blue. So, okay, but yeah, it's really concerning here. Virginia, yeah, 2%, no wait, 3, I think 3% of people, males vote, like 3% less percent of males vote for Democrat, which is, again, very concerning. And like I said earlier, because people think, males typically vote Republican, but this is very concerning. It is very concerning, and we need to find a way to fix that. I don't know if it's the younger generation, my generation, where like we're not as much educated as we should be on politics and voted for the Democrat. But yeah, females. And I'm not really surprised on this either. I'm not really, actually, it's not either. I was surprised with the male. Not surprised with the female. I mean, you would think generally females would vote more Democrat. You know, I talked to my grandma yesterday. She's a Democrat, and you know, but she has a little more conservative thoughts. She says she's Democrat, but she has a little bit conservative thoughts. So, but no, it's interesting. 50% females vote for Democrat, 35% of females vote for Republican. So, oh wait, no. 65% vote for Democrat, 35% Republican. My bad. But yeah, I'm not really surprised about this. And here we go. We're gonna look at this. So now we're gonna look at skin colors. White. 53% voted for Sears. 47% voted for Spamberger and Sears. Okay. So really not surprising here. More white people will vote for Republicans directly, and this is always gonna be like that. And 47% is a little concerning, but I mean it's not really that much. There are some liberal people out there who are Caucasian, so I'm not really surprised here. This one I am surprised here. 7% of African American people, 7% only voted for Republican, and 93 voted for Democrat. I mean, it's just wow. I'm kind of shocked. That basically African American people voted against a black candidate. Think about that. I mean, I want you to just think about that for a second. That's nuts. I mean, you would never think about this. 93% of blacks. I'm just gonna say blacks. Voted for Spamberger, who is a white female, instead of Sears, who is a black woman. I thought this country was run by black women. You guys told us that the United States is here is because of black women. Black lesbian, or it's trans women, lesbian women. I mean, you can throw labels at me all you want. People made this country, and that's how it should be. I am surprised about this result, though. I am. And we need to find a way to get more voters, more of the African American vote to the Republican side, see what their minds are and stuff like that. Hispanic and Latino, I'm not really surprised here, 67%, versus Spamberger, 33% for Sears. Asian, 80%, 20%, then another 65%, 35%. Then race, 53% said Republicans, 47% said Democrat, and then basically Caucasian people, 83% said Democrat, 17% said Republican. Wow. And then we're gonna see more vote modals. And Spamberger just dominated all of it. Election day votes, she had more early in person than early and by mail. I mean, she dominated that, so that is interesting. I know we had another Attorney General was interesting here. Or, let's see here. Is this the person that said that? Because I was going to talk about that next. No. But let's talk about this real quick. Lieutenant Governor. I mean, this one is not really a surprise as well. The Democrat winning by, I'll say, a little under 400,000 votes. And then J. Jones. J. Jones is the guy. Sorry, just want to make sure. I'm talking about this. Yes, J. Jones is the guy that did that. So, alright, we're going to talk about this now. The Virginia Attorney General election. J. Jones versus Jason Myers. I think I pronounced that right? Myers? I have no idea. I'm bad at pronouncing names. So I'm pronouncing names. Please come after me on emails. Email me at kraig25@gmail.com on your thoughts on anything. So let's look at this. If you guys don't know who J. Jones is, I think a couple years ago he wished death to his opponent and his family, and he wished to urinate on their graves, basically. And basically, the Democrats in Virginia didn't care at all about that, and said, we're going to vote this person in. We're going to vote in a person who's going to basically see operations of Attorney General, and basically see what happens here. And I'm just researching more as I'm doing. So chief legal officer for the state, responsible for various duties including legal representation. Okay. So that's a little concerning. I mean, I'm not really surprised on the outcoming of the Democrats this year, this year, but I'm also kind of surprised on where people's heads are at. That Democrats are really against Trump. They want someone that's not a Republican, not a conservative, and basically voted for J. Jones, someone who wished death upon his competitor, and he won pretty calmly. It wasn't even close. It's not even close. It's baffling. Not gonna lie. And we need another way to attack this type of stuff, to attack the Democrats, because we let someone who basically wished death upon his competitor into office of law, and a total of 600,000 people in Virginia, or no, New Jersey, Virginia, I don't know. I know that 600,000 people didn't vote in one of those states, and people said, go vote, and make your local government good again. And we didn't show up. The Republicans didn't show up at all. And this has to be worried about the midterms coming up next year, because if we have the same thing happen to us this year as next year, I mean, it's going to be a very big disaster for Republicans, for us, to implement our plans. So we need to figure out, how do we advocate to go vote on election day, no matter the election, because we showed up during the big race. We showed up during the presidency. Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of Trump being president of the United States of America, and we showed up for that. But we can't show up for our local elections. And that kind of concerns me a little bit, because, I mean, as a person who wants to make people tell their free opinions, enforce that, and I truly believe in the First Amendment, free speech, I want you guys to vote. Like, all of us need to vote, no matter if you're Republican or Democrat, and we just get enough people out there and to the polls. I mean, to vote. I mean, pretty simple. And now we need to figure out, how do we advocate to get people out to vote, and how do we go on attacking the Democrats now? I mean, it's going to be very, very challenging now to basically go out there and say why we should not let this person be in the seat of power. And we let someone who basically wished death upon his competitor into his seat of power. That is not good. And, you know, again, Virginia is a Democrat state. I mean, I really shouldn't be surprised about that, but we can't let this happen again. We can't let this happen again, guys. We need to do better than that. And, you know, it's such I wish I had a special election in my state, because I would have voted. I would have voted for my special election. And no matter if it's for Mayor Fremont or treasurer or any of that, I would have voted. If I was in each state right now, and if I had a choice to travel around each battleground state, should I say, sorry about my speech, if I traveled to every state who had a special election this year, I would have said, go out and vote for a Republican candidate. And here's the reasons why, like, you need to. And, you know, I'm not good at that right now, and I'll admit that. I'm working a full-time job right now, and I want to do this as a part-time, because that's just my opinion. And I care about this country so much, and, you know, hopefully there's some good Democrats out there. I've been saying this to everyone in my family for a little while. Democrats are not the same Democrats from before Obama. We need to get them into that so then we can start working together. Stop being woke. I mean, plain and simple. I mean, I don't care about what you do in your bedroom or any of that. As long as you're a good person, you're a good person, obviously. And I really hope that everyone has a good life. But, I mean, at the end of the day, those are driving the factors in the polls. And we need to figure out, how do we get to try to find a way to get that out of the idea of running and put a different idea in, so then we can start winning elections once again. But yeah, again, not surprised Virginia, they voted all Democrat. New Jersey, Democrat as well. Governor and yeah. It's going to be interesting. Next week for sure, when my jaw is sore, I really can't yell. I'm going to be talking about, we'll be for sure talking about the midterm races coming up next year in Nebraska. And I want you, the viewers and listeners to this podcast, put down two candidates who are going against each other, and I'll tell you who I think should be better for you guys. So email me, kraigshow2025@gmail.com. Send me those thoughts, and yeah, I'm done talking about elections. You know, this is a big wake-up sign for Republicans that we need to go out there and we need to advocate to people to go out and vote. You can't sit this one out. We can't sit any election out. Each election is very important. Even if it's for school board, even if it's for the governor, mayor, president, every single election matters. We need to start participating and voting. So, and again, I wish we had a special election in Nebraska. I texted my grandma, who works at some polls today, and I said, do we have a special election going on in Nebraska? I haven't been hearing about it, and she said, no, we don't have a special election. Or the ones you really don't care about. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Some pretty big news came out today, about Nancy Pelosi. So if you guys haven't heard yet, Nancy Pelosi announces retirement. And good for her. Good for her. I just... She's been in office way too long. She's been in office way too long, man. I mean... What I've heard what she's doing to the trading and stuff like that, it's bad. It's bad. And we need to... What's this? A liberal woman was harassing Gigi Daniel, a child with cancer, and his dad. Wow. Liberals are the rudest people on earth. Protect Gigi Daniel at all costs. Yeah, I saw this, and I'll talk about this later. I saw this. Black conservatives are the weakest men in America. I don't agree with that. Anyways, I'm glad next place to try and got really no thoughts on that because I mean she's been in a position of power for all my life basically, and all people's all their lives. So I'm glad she's retiring unless someone younger and hopefully Republican. Hopefully this backfires Gavin Newsom's plan next year. Anyways, let's talk about this now. So I'm not gonna play the audio, but I'm watching the video. DJ and his dad are recording, the girls recording, saying black conservatives are weak, basically. So, yeah. Saying the black conservatives weak is bad. It's not a good idea. Because weak men kill their opponents. Strong men don't. And if you look at most of the games, they vote to Democrat, and you see, in cities, big cities especially, where you can see that there's gangs and there's shootings, black people killing other black people, and basically Democrats are running this, but excuse me, those men are weak. Whoa. Okay. Sorry about that. That scared me. I got a speaker on right there, and it made some noise, so I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, but Democrats are allowing this, and it's kind of baffling when kids went up to Charlie Kirk saying it's the white people's fault that blacks are killing blacks, and I mean, being real, it is. Democrats are letting them do it. I mean, it's pretty simple. If we have a white liberal Democrat in there, and they're letting blacks kill blacks, then theoretically, yeah. Because they're enforcing the law of basically murder. So yeah, I mean, Charlie Kirk said, no, I mean, technically, blacks are killing blacks, it's their own fault, we don't have any problems with it, but in reality, the Democrats, mostly Democrats, some Republicans may have no idea, the mostly Democrats who are in big cities, when blacks are killing blacks, are at actual fault for letting it happen in the first place. But, and actually, I just thought of this too, but I'll get to it later. I'll let you guys, in my email, cricketershow2025@gmail.com, give your opinions on that. And, it's weird. It tells you what type of people the liberals are. With people who be harassing a person with a kid with cancer, and his father as well, harassing both of them. It tells you what type of people they are. They don't care. They don't care about anyone. They hate our guts. I mean, there's no way around it. You can't just tiptoe around them without them yelling or screaming at us, saying that we're Nazis, we're fascists, and they're gonna throw every name in the book at us. And we don't call them any names. We just call them liberal because they are liberals. We call them by facts. We don't call them by bad names. And the liberal is not really a bad name, honestly. Not gonna lie. I mean, a liberal is a liberal. A party is called a liberal in Canada, so I mean, it's not really a big issue in my opinion. But yeah, it's not strong for picking on a kid with cancer. I hope that person gets hopefully we can find out who this person is, and let's get her fired from her job for punishment. I think we should let her do that. His is the hard way. But no, I think find her where she works, and yeah, let her get some of that. Those. And yeah. Alright, anyways, give him a shutdown. Today is day 37 of the government shutdown, I think. I mean, October 31st was the 31st. The 1st was the 32nd. 33rd. 34th, 35th, 36th. Today's the 37th day of government shutdown. Yikes. And, I mean, let's talk about this. The government shutdown. I mean, last week, when me and my family were eating somewhere, I can't remember where, it was somewhere in Omaha. But we were talking about the government shutdown, and one of my family members said that Democrats are the real ones here, saying that they are advocating for healthcare for people who want to extend Obamacare priorities and continue them. While Republicans are saying, let's deal with that later, let's open the government, and Democrats are saying, no, we need to talk about this now, or this is going to end. It's a very bad subject. And basically, they're holding people hostage. I'm really glad I'm not affected by the government shutdown yet. But I got family coming in, or I got friends coming in December, and hopefully the government shutdown ends by then. And it probably will, I'm not going to lie. But we need to find a way where we can agree on stuff. And the one thing we agree on is that we should wait to talk about healthcare, Medicaid, and all those stuff after the government is back open and back running. People are missing paychecks. People are not putting food on the table. People are missing payments. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but people are not receiving money for their hard days of work. If I didn't receive any money for my hard days of work, I'll be mad. I'll be wondering, why am I here? Why do I have to deal with this? It makes me want to basically make my work ethic slip a little bit, where it's like, hey, I'm not gonna get any money, I'm just gonna basically let this part go, I don't know where it's gonna go, I don't care, honestly. I mean, we're gonna, and, for that, I'm probably gonna get fired for if I act like that, but with this situation, like with air traffickers, someone could basically be watching a plane hit another plane. These people need to get paid. The Republicans want to pass a clean resolution bill. I mean, there's nothing in it that's gonna say anything bad. No policies or anything. It's just a clean bill that funds the government. And Democrats are saying, no, we should care about this thing. And before the Democrats can start talking in my email, and if I do get emails, the Democrats a couple months earlier voted for a bill that would keep the government open. But Chuck Schumer got his ass roasted because AOC wanted to primary him. And it's like, what are you doing, Chuck? What are you going to do this time? And he is going to be fully to the left to make sure the government stays closed until they get what they want. And that is to basically get more seats into the House. And the Senate and Congress, basically. And I won't be surprised if they keep this up to midterms. If the government, if the Democrats keep like this, and they go into midterms, they're going to get easily an open house. Get any play they want, and open the House. And Trump can't do anything he wants to do for the American people. So, let's get the facts here real quick before I move on to the next subject I want to talk about, which is racing, which I'm really excited to talk about after watching the World Finals tonight. The Democrats shut the government down. Yes, Republicans have a majority over Senate and Congress, but we need 60 people to vote to pass a bill. Republicans have 53 people. Democrats have 47, I believe? Yeah, 47. We need 7 Democrats to jump over. 7 more people. I want you guys to think about that. And when midterms come around, I need to step up and say this. Let's eliminate the people in power to make sure we got people who care about this country and don't want to hold American people hostage over some medical stuff to get the government open and keep the government open. So, I'm going to end there with politics. I'm going to move on to racing today. So, the World Finals is going on right now. Night 1 just wrapped up for sprint car side. Rico Abreu leads all 25 laps and wins night number 1, gravel second. He clinches the World Outlaw Master Junior Sprint Car Series Championship, and now he's a 2-time champion. And Corey Day from row 11 finished on the 3rd step of the podium. So that's awesome for all 3 drivers. Rico, obviously, your high limit championship driver. He has 14 sprint car wins of the year, which is awesome. I think 21 wins overall, which is bonkers. Really awesome for Rico. Corey Day's been having quite a year. He has some wins here and there. Qualified bad and rebounded really good tonight. Dave Gravel, he's been my tall year. And if you see it or not, the driver has to do their job and put together a really good night and good year. Missing a couple top 5s and top 10s, only having a couple DNFs. Missing the game only once this year. That's during a prelim night in the Knoxville Nationals. And yeah, I mean, not like Dave Gravel. I'm looking at his diecast right here, obviously. But you have to admire the work they put into the racecraft and their team communication and yeah, I mean, we could be so divided at times where we'll choose one thing or the other thing. And, I tend to be divided as well, when I talk about Republicans being the good guy, Democrats being the bad guy, that's being divisive right there. And at this point, we have to say that because the Democrats are the ones that divorced us, and we're just playing the game again now, like this. And, what do you think? Kyle Larson and David Gravel, I don't like David Gravel, but I still have his car right here. I still have it. I mean, I'll show you guys on my X page tomorrow after my surgery, if I do post it. But I don't like David Gravel, but I'll still support him. I'll still support a racer. At heart. And we need more people like that who support anyone at any time. If something's wrong, something bad happens to them, like an injury or a health scare, or we celebrate them for accomplishing something. Like David Gravel becoming a handful to becoming a multi-time world champion. That's what needs to be accomplished. That should be celebrated, to be honest with you. And I'm glad Mom and Dad raised me to be a kid who has heart first and mind second. And my mom and dad don't tend to be like me, which is okay. But I'll still support drivers who I don't like. I'll still pray for them, and I'll still, if they haven't won a championship in how many years you've been in the sport, and this is your year, I'll cheer for them. Like Danny Hamlin. Excuse me. He's been in NASCAR for so long, and he's been winning a championship, and he didn't get that championship. And people were rallying behind him and saying that it should have been him that won the championship. And I'm glad Kyle won. I mean, that guy is remorse for sad for 2021. It's really something to think about. How we should stop this divide and start coming together to talk to each other. I said last episode I'll be divided to people and wants to say, well, call me names and bring it on. I don't care, but I do care about bringing this country back together and be able to talk to each other again, make jokes, to have fun. I mean, get rid of the stupid and replace it with common sense. I'm going to end this episode here tonight. Almost 15 minutes. Racing, Rico everyone, and Gravel second, Kraig third. Really nothing to talk about. Silence, quick time in both flights last night. I'm not going to talk about those small fights yet until next year. Or during the Gateway Nationals, actually. That's coming up in December, so that'd be interesting. But what you guys think about tonight? You can email me at KraigShow2025@gmail.com. I'm off all day tomorrow after and I'll be having surgery in the morning, first thing in the morning. So, if you guys have any thoughts on anything in racing or politics, you can email me there, and I'll put it in my description on. If you listen to me on iHeart or any Spotify, any platform, you can listen to me anywhere. And make sure you subscribe to that and download my podcast if you want. If you enjoy it, and let's start building this. Let's start getting this podcast up in the air, and I want to learn. I want you guys, and also, I want you guys to give me feedback with the same email as well. I want to hear it. You can go full into me, be angry, be mad. You can be supportive as well. I do care what people think about the show and how I can improve it to be one of the top shows in America, where I could basically bring in people of power or race car drivers to interview to, and we're gonna start this thing small. It's gonna take a while to get this thing going, and I'm really excited to about these early days, so then I can look back and say and see where this podcast has gone. I'm excited to see where the show goes. I'm glad I'm the voice of it, and yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and this has been the Kraig Show.